The Anarchist Revolution by Nestor Makhno. Part 2. Anarchistic communism is a great community in total harmony. It is formed voluntarily by free individuals who form associations and federations according to their needs. Anarchist communism fights to secure man's freedom and his right to boundless development. It fights against all the evils and injustices that are inherent in governments. The free, non-governed society aims to embellish life with its intellectual and manual work. It will have as its resources all that nature gave man, as well as nature's own inexhaustible riches. It makes man drunk with the beauty of the earth and exhilarated by his own self-made freedom. Anarchist communism will let man develop his creative independence in all directions. Its adherents will be free and happy with life, guided by brotherly work and reciprocity. They will need no prisons, hangmen, spies, or agents, which are products of the bourgeoisie and socialists, for they will have no need of the idiot robber and murderer that is the state. Prepare yourselves, brother, to create this society. Prepare organizations and ideas. Remember that your organizations must be safe from attack. The enemy of your freedom is the state personified in 5 figures: the property owner, the lover of war, the judge, the priest, academics who distort the truth about man. These last make up historical laws and judiciary norms and scribble slickly in order to get money. They are busy all the time trying to prove the rightfulness of the first 4's claims to power that degrades human life. The enemy is strong. For millennia he has spent his time accumulating experience in robbery, violence, expropriation, and murder. He underwent an inner crisis and is now busy changing his outward aspect, but he is only doing this because his life has been threatened with a new, emerging knowledge. This new knowledge is waking man from his long sleep, freeing him from prejudices implanted by the 5, and giving him a weapon to fight for his true society. This change in the outer appearance of our enemy can be seen in reformism. It was evolved to combat the revolution in which he took part. In the Russian Revolution, the 5 seemed to have vanished off the face of the earth, but this was only appearance. In reality, our enemy changed his features momentarily and is now calling up new recruits to fight against us. Bolshevik communism is especially revealing in this matter, but it will be a long time before this doctrine will forget man's struggle for true freedom. The only reliable method for waging a successful struggle against enslavement is social revolution that engages the masses in a continual struggle. Evolution. When it first erupts, social revolution is elemental. It flattens the path for its own organizations while smashing any dam that is artificially set against it. These dams, in fact, only increase its power. Anarchist revolutionaries are already working for this, and any man who is aware of the burden of slavery on himself has a duty to aid the anarchist. At the same time, every man should feel responsible to the whole of mankind when he struggles against the 5 of the state. Every man should also remember that the social revolution will require appropriate methods of realization. That is especially true of the anarchist who is scouting ahead along the road of freedom. During the destructive phase of the revolution, while slavery is being abolished and freedom beginning to spread in an elemental outburst, organization and steadfast methods are essential to secure the gains. In this phase, the revolution needs you most urgently. The Russian Revolution, in which anarchists played a considerable role, which they could not carry through because action was denied them, brought home to us the truth that the masses who have torn themselves loose from their chains have no desire to put on others of a different make. In their revolutionary momentum, they sought immediately for free associations that would only aid their efforts to build up a new community, but which would defend them against the enemy. If we look at this process closely, we come to the conclusion that the best method to create a new collective freedom is the Free Soviet. Proceeding from this conviction, the anarchist revolutionary will call the enslaved to struggle for these free associations. He will believe that social revolution will thus create freedom while smashing slavery altogether. This belief must be cherished and defended. The only people who can possibly provide the defense for this belief are the masses themselves who have made the revolution and who equate their lives with their principles. While the human masses create the revolution, they instinctively cast about for free associations and rely on their inherent anarchism. They will uphold above all the Free Soviet. As the masses make a revolution, they are bound to come upon this themselves, and the anarchist must help them formulate this principle. Economic problems in the free society will be resolved by the producer-consumer cooperatives in which the Free Soviets will act as coordinators and clarifiers. The nature of the Free Soviet during the social revolution must be to consolidate the masses' position by urging them to take their rightful inheritance, land, factories, works, mineral and coal mines, shipping, forestry, etc., into their own hands. While groups according to interest or inclination are formed, the masses will build up an entire social fabric freely and independently. The struggle along this road will demand great sacrifice, but it will be the final effort of nearly free man. In this struggle there will be no hesitation, no sentimentality. Life or death? This question will stand before the man who considers his rights and those of humanity to be a better life. As the healthy instincts of man will have preponderance, he will embark upon this road to life as victor and creator. Organize yourselves, brothers. Call every man to your ranks. Call him from the factory, from the school. Call the students and the learned. It may be that 9 out of 10 academics will not come to you, or it may happen that they will come in order to deceive you if they are servants of the state's 5. But the 10th man will come. He will be your friend and will help you overcome the deceit of the others. Organize yourselves. Call every man to your ranks, and the brutalizing of human life. If they do not desist, disarm the police, the army, and other organizations of the Five's defense. Burn their laws and destroy their prisons. Kill the hangman, the bane of mankind. Smash authority. Call to your ranks the press-ganged army. There are many killers in the army who are against you and who are bribed to kill you. But there are friends for you, even in the army. They will confound the mobs of murderers and will hurry to your side. After we have collected ourselves into a great universal family, brothers, we will go further in the fight against darkness. On to the universal human ideal. We will live as brothers, enslaving no one. The brute force of the enemy will be answered by the force of our revolutionary army. If our enemies do not agree with our ideal, we reply by building our new life based on individual responsibility. Only hardened criminals who belong to the Five will not wish to tread the road to a new life with fruitful activity. They will try to fight us in order to regain their power. They must die. Long live the ideal of universal human harmony and man's fight towards it. Long live the ideal of anarchist society. You have reached the end of the second and final part of The Anarchist Revolution by Nestor Makhno. Click on the links at the end of this video to go to the playlist. If you enjoy this content and would like to support the channel, please like and subscribe.